I'll share with you a very interesting observation, okay, which I'm very sure you will you would have noticed. Okay. First, let me give you. I'll give you two examples. One is, on these Facebook groups that I've told you about, Facebook groups where they have bar girls, which they are adult sex workers. One is bar girls. One is this nightlife of different Eastern countries like Thailand or Philippines or whichever country. Okay, you're talking of Vietnam or whatever. And if you, I'm a part of these groups because I'm very curious to see how do people behave, how to act. It's not that I'm dying to see, oh, look at their bodies and look at what they're exposing and look at the way they're sitting with their legs open. It's the same bullshit. You see one, you see all. Okay, and personally speaking, I don't consider their poses. I don't consider them very classy. I consider them pretty cringe because most of them, I kind of feel sorry for them because they don't know how to pose. They're like, they will smile in such a way as if they're constipated and the only thing they know is what their friends or their boss or someone will tell them, okay, we're going to take a photograph, you pose this way. So they'll keep their legs open like this and like this. It's terrible. I feel sorry for them sometimes. Just because you can wear a skimpy outfit doesn't mean you're sexy. Okay. And yes, the reason why they're doing it is, they need to earn money, they need to take care of their expense, their families, whatever. Okay. However, what you'll notice is these females, they're showing their face. They're not going to tell their real names. They will have English sounding names like Katie or Hottie or I'm Lisa or something, even though their real name may be something really very, very long. Tun Kon Pon Suitanama, something like that. Okay. So they are showing their photographs, they're doing their poses, they're inviting you to come down to the bar or the club or the pub. Okay. And if you see the people who are commenting below that, the people who are commenting, and generally those comments are kind of really crude and, for lack of a better word, very savagely, I don't know, prehistoric, animalistic, dirty. The right word is dirty. Like, yummy, I would like to do this, I would like to eat, I would like, oh, I love you, I'm coming there. Okay. If you minus the crude comments and you check the profile names of those people, not I don't think there is a single one with a real name. It's not their real name. Let's say, for example, one guy puts Peter Tooley. For example, I'm just giving Peter Tooley. You click there, you'll see a photograph of maybe a guy, maybe Mr. Bean. And if you check his profile, nothing is real. He'll maybe put a photograph of a car and then some random image from the internet. And he will put, just some random stuff. There is no name, there is no contact details. Nothing is real. It's just a fake account that he has created so that he can browse through all these different Facebook groups and comment and say whatever he likes. And the reason for this is because he obviously doesn't want people knowing who he really is. Maybe he's married, maybe he has 2-3 children, maybe he's a respectable church-going guy. He wants to keep this side hidden. And it's a very common thing. You get so many people. You'll get guys who have an Indian name. They'll say, okay, Syed something, or they'll say Faisal, or they'll say, um, they will just put a photograph of a guy showing his six-pack abs, and he'll say, I love India, and, whatever, just two, three posts, but there's no details, nothing. Okay. Now, it's very obvious the reason why they created these accounts is so that they can fulfill their fantasies. They can do all those things which society considers dirty. Okay. They can browse through uh, maybe a Facebook group dedicated to the red light district. And these are the very same individuals who, when they go for a holiday, they will secretly go to these places, they'll secretly do what they have to do. But when they come back to society, when they come back to reality, they are decent, either church going or temple going, or they'll go to the mosque. I've when I came down to Thailand, brand new, when I was in Pattaya, obviously I do not look like Indian because of my tattoos. And nobody knew that I was from Dubai. Okay, nobody knew that I was in Dubai for 40 years, because obviously the way I look, they think is from the West. So I saw two, three guys, and I could make out that they were Arabs. Okay, it's very easy from their demeanor. So there was this really big, huge guy, really big, well built, and he wanted a tattoo. He wanted a tattoo because even I was getting a tattoo behind my thigh. Okay, I wanted a tattoo from a tattoo artist. So I was just talking to him, and this guy, big guy, he comes in, makes a big noise, like, hey, how are you, man? Yo, and this and that. And he wanted a tattoo. And obviously, he was pissing off the tattoo artist because he was asking him for the last price. And he thought he could bully him because he was with two, three of his friends. And this tattoo artist seriously told him right on the face, you're in Thailand, don't forget. Okay? Don't act smart. One phone call, you all three will not live to see the next day. So he's like, oh, whoa, 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 your brother, we are pretty cool. He started to act like he was some kind of rap artist, and kind of love, man, love. Let's chill out. And then that tattoo artist backed off a little bit. He was speaking good English, and then he said, I just want a tattoo, on, I don't know, his arm or somewhere on his thigh or something. And then, fine. He said bye. He left. I finished my tattoo, I think in 45 minutes, and then I went out, and once again I bumped into this guy. So I was just intrigued, like, where's he from? And he told me he's from Saudi Arabia. Okay. And I said, in Saudi, you wanted a tattoo. Saudi don't allow tattoos. Hey, no, man, in Islam, everything is bloody fucking cool, man. In Saudi, there are these narrow-minded guys, and we are the new generation and all that. So I was pretty intrigued. And those days, I was just openly cool about adding anyone on social media. So when I did ask him for social media, he said, no, yeah, I keep that private. I don't add anyone. I don't. So he was not very comfortable giving his social media. So I gave him my name. I said, you want to add? Yeah, sure, bro. And I'll definitely add you. I have another account. And he added me from the other account. And his name was nothing Muslim. It was all very American kind of sounding names, American rap songs, American this thing. He had posted all this. And obviously, with girls and all that. Now, remember, he's a Muslim Arab from Saudi. And you'll be like, how do you know he was a Muslim from Saudi Arab? Because as we were talking, he was opening up more. He gave a lot of intimate details, which I don't want to mention. So, and I'll tell you, I met him once again, bumped into him in the night time in the walking street. And there he had, I think, four girls whom he wanted to take for the night. Okay. So I give you this example. So the first part, which I'm trying to tell you, is people like to keep their identity hidden if they are doing something that they cannot share in public, or they know for a fact that if the world comes to know this, my life will be destroyed. And everybody does that. Everybody, or at least most people, if not everybody, whether it's a Donald Trump, whether it's a Elon Musk, whether it's Jeff Bezos, whomsoever, I'm sure they have parts of their life that, if revealed, it would be more like an Epstein scandal. The most decent, whether it's Obama, whether it's Bill Clinton, or whatever, we have our dirty little secrets. Okay. Now, obviously, not everyone can be like me, or maybe the controversial like Mr. Andrew Tate. You cannot be like that, because if you are going to be like that, there is a price to pay. People don't want to deal with you. And it all depends what message are you trying to give. Like in my case, I've revealed my past. I've been explicit about it, but I'm not encouraging others to do. While some others, they love to encourage. So the first part is hiding behind a facade because you know you're doing something that is not right. And you can see this when you go to the red light districts or the walking streets of different countries, where you have these videos that are being shared on TikTok or Instagram. All these girls who are standing there with they wear the hot pants where you can see their butt cheeks, and they're wearing skimpy outfits, and come, I'll give you like this. They do all this stuff. I'm pretty sure those very same females, they would not want their family members or people who are part of their family to see this. So that's why they don't put their real name. So the first point I'm trying to make here is, people hide behind this wall of anonymity to do the bad things which they know society will not accept. And then you also have people who like to be trolls, or like to say things which are not acceptable. Like, for example, the fake accounts these keyboard warriors have, who sexualize my wife, sexualize my 6-year-old baby with words, statements, which, seriously, if anyone found out that they send this kind of message, or these kind of, some of them even send photographs of their private parts. Seriously, they send photographs of their private parts, saying, show this to your daughter, show this to your wife. Like, they'll not show their face, and they have this kind of temporary email account. So they do all these things, and they feel empowered that, yes, I could say it, I could tell it to him without any repercussions. In fact, there are so many YouTube accounts that are created. If you check these guys who speak very boldly, who attack me personally, sometimes if you check their accounts, they've just created it 2-3 days ago, because their previous account either got blocked, or they didn't want to say this from their original account. So they feel safe that, oh, I created this Maximilian, Maximilian Bonaparte or whatever, and then it was created, today. And then he puts all these comments about me, my wife, my kid, whatever. So one is hiding behind the wall of anonymity to do evil. Okay, let's keep that aside. The second one is trying to live a double life. And this I've noticed in my WhatsApp groups. There are quite a number of them, especially this free group that I created to help each other, quite a number of them who give like well-intentioned advice. Okay, like they will say, work hard, update your resume, focus on self-improvement, improve on your brand, check this website for a free resume, or go here, you'll get interview tips. It's perfectly appreciated, and it's a good thing. However, if you ask them, can you give me your real name? Or you ask them, how old are you? Okay, you're giving me advice on life, marriage. Not me. They're giving someone advice on life, marriage, raising children, applying for jobs overseas, and all that. So you just ask them, so how old are you? And I'll tell you, then there is silence. They don't respond. You can make out that they have seen the message. And then after maybe a few minutes, they'll say, oh, I'm 50 years old. Oh, I'm 40 years old, or whatever. And you know for a fact that is a lie. You know for a fact that is not real. And then when you ask them, what is your name? Oh, you can just call me, the alphabet K or alphabet A. By the way, what do you do? If you ask them, what do you do? Oh, I'm a IT professional, or I'm a entrepreneur. And if you ask them anything more specific, you can clearly make out he's trying to dodge the question and give you something very vague. Oh, I have traveled to a couple of countries, I've seen the world. So when you say which countries specifically, yeah, many of them: Singapore, USA, Europe, whatever, Australia. But you know for a fact he's not telling you the truth. He will not tell you, my name is, let's say, Peter, or my name is Paul, 34 years old. I'm working right now in Australia, been here for 16 years, originally from India. I specialize in, IT networking or project management, whatever, currently working for this company as a data analyst, or a senior project manager. They'll never say that. They want to remain hidden. What is the reason for this? What's the reason? Well, it's this is only because I've been online for so many years and I have so many groups. These guys who give all this advice, some of them, or majority, I would say majority of them, once you come to know who they are, you'll not respect them, neither will you take advice from them. I'll give a very simple example. This one jumps right out, and I need to share this with you. This particular guy was literally advising everybody in a group, and I didn't want to interfere because he was a nice guy. Means he was genuinely doing it, and he was really spending a lot of time responding to everybody's questions and giving them, good social links and good updates. And like he would say, Jack Ma said this, and these are the 7 steps, or this book summary says this, and all that. So I found him as a very value-added member. Okay. And then, and he claimed to be, when somebody asked him, he said he's 47 years old, he is married with kids, he has a business, whatever. I didn't bother much because he was communicating with others. Finally, one day I asked him, listen, if you want to join my other groups, you're just part of one group, I see you adding a lot of value, just send me your details. I'll add you up to these groups. Normally, anybody and everyone would have jumped the gun and seized the opportunity to join my other groups, especially the guy who's active. In his case, he said, yeah, thanks, I'll think about it and get back to you. Very diplomatic. He never got back to me. And then that led me to be suspicious, like, that means this guy is not whom he claims to be. Okay, so I kept quiet. I didn't want to interfere. I didn't want to ask him anything because I knew for a fact there's something fishy about him. Okay. And I let him continue speaking to everyone, guiding everyone. Until one day, what happened was one of the members, who is a female, she kind of told me, there's something I need to show you. I was like, yeah. They get in touch with me when there is a problem. She said, this guy, she showed me the same guy, screenshot, his profile. He claims to be 47, he claims whatever. He's not what he claims to be. I said, yeah, I kind of figured that out, but what did he do? Now, he was, you know, at first I was very intrigued and fascinated with him. I liked him a lot. We started chatting, we got close, and finally opened up to me. And this guy turns out to be in his 20s, hardly in his 20s. He, if you see his photograph, you can clearly make out why he is, uh, not wanting to share. He has serious facial deformities, serious, like his eyes one side, one other side. And in terms of his career, he's struggling to keep his job. He's hardly earning, I think, 15 or 20,000 Indian rupees per month. Is not at all successful. He is really struggling. He comes from a broken family, completely mess. Okay. And he doesn't even have the money to go and have a nice meal. And this guy is very lonely. He's very frustrated. He's very broken. He has low self-esteem issues. He has low self-worth issues. Everything. But because he couldn't solve his own problems, he decided to solve the world's problems. And obviously, people get very attracted to him and come to him for advice. So even this girl, she got very attracted to him and she came to him for advice. And very soon he kind of fell for her. He kind of fell in, so-called in love with her. And it continued for some time. And for me, what you do behind my groups or whatever, it's your business. As long as there's no problem. But when there's a problem, people approach me. So once, she convinced him that I'll accept you the way you are. I will not judge you. And he once again fell for it. Girls give all these statements. And he opened up to her and told her everything about his life. From having hardly a salary, she earns, I think, 5 or 6 times more than him, even though they both are kind of more or less the same age. She's attractive, at least 10 times or 20 times more than him. She has seen the world, he has never seen the world. She comes from a decent family, he comes from a completely broken family. She has resources where she can book a ticket and go to even Bali for a holiday. This guy can't even go from where he lives to a different state. He doesn't even have that kind of money, and completely broken. And the minute she found all this out, she got in touch with me because she was like, how do I get out of this? I initiated and I was attracted to the image that he portrayed, but not this one. And now I'm feeling like I need to run away from this guy because, he's in love, so to speak. So I'll not give you the exact specifics, but I kind of guided her what to do. And very soon, I guess he kind of realized that the truth was out, and he just left the group. I never punished him. I never did anything bad to him. He just left. So you see, the second example that I'm giving, the second category is people who like to portray who they are not because they're trying to hide or compensate for something. And this is very common with females, especially who have Facebook or Instagram accounts, or create this avatar of who they are not. There are apps. It's actually, if you Google search on Play Store as well as iOS, face apps. There are even apps where you can get six-pack abs. You just show your photographs. The AI will give you six-pack abs, good chest, slightly built muscles, and you can even increase the size of the shoulders or the arms, or make yourself light, dark. You remember I had given you the example of a female who's nearly 180 kilos of 150. Her face was like this. But if you see her Facebook photograph, she has her cheekbones and her eyes are big and she looks so beautiful, attractive. So many guys are after her. But she's like this, man. She is like this in real life. And how I knew this is because after she added me on Facebook, I was like, wow, this is like all the photographs have been heavily edited, and people think this is her, while I know what she really is. And anyway, she ended up getting pregnant, having a baby, and she deleted all this. I don't know where she vanished. Okay. So I give you two examples. The third one. So the first example is people who want to do bad things. The second example is people who want to hide their imperfections and portray perfection. Okay. The last, if not the least, okay, the last, if not the least, is people who live double lives. Okay. It's kind of like a fake persona, a fake personality, a fake. And I would single out these people who are, especially the fake coaches. You know, these coaches like earn seven-figure income and earn success, or they'll talk to you about their incredible career or how perfect their life is, or they'll show their wives, their spouses, or their girlfriends with a very nice photograph taken in a nightclub. Or I've seen guys who literally even open, the shirt is open and they show like a physique like this and they pose. And you begin to think like, wow, man, he's living the dream. He's really living. Like they will show you shopping at Rolex, or, oh, I'm checking out the new Jaguar. And it's not that they are broken. It's not that they are ugly. It's not that they come from a broken family. But they are not happy with who they are. They want more. They want to be this mantra that they say, fake it till you make it. So imagine if the guy is earning, let's say $10,000 a month. He's a young guy, which is a decent salary. But they will not talk about like $10,000 a month. They will talk about, oh, I've just checked my crypto balance. It's around just made around $1.2 million over there. Oh, I'm thinking of buying. Should I buy, the Ferrari, or should I buy a Lambo? What do you suggest? And I specifically see these people who want clout on social media, especially these females. Some of them pose with expensive cars. There are two or three of them on my Facebook, and the reason I've not deleted them is I find it so amusing what they show. Like this particular female, she is her hair is from here to right up to her buttocks, blonde. Okay, she must be from Russia or the Far East. Amazing physique, amazing physique. Her physique is, she hardly has body fat. And yes, surgery, you can make out. She is a very hot and beautiful female. Very hot. Okay, she's in her 30s. But every photograph of hers, like one of the latest photographs that she posted, was she lying down. She's in Dubai, lying down on, for a suntan. With the, I don't know how she did that. Like, for example, if you take your smartphone and you're showing like this, and she's looking at it, like she's showing her beach body, like, she's wearing a bikini. And when it goes down, she literally like almost takes you to where her private part is. Okay. And there's hardly any fat. And she is like, hard work. She gives all this grandiose hard work and self belief. Never stop believing in yourself. You can achieve this. And almost every photograph of hers is in a five-star hotel, or in a with a Lamborghini, or expensive car, or with the who's who in a yacht party and all that. Now, I'll tell you something. If she really was rich, if she really was successful, if she really was the self made woman that she claims to be, she wouldn't find the need to flaunt all this. Okay. I have no idea about her family life. I have no idea about, does she have children? Nothing. But every video of hers, every video, every photograph is flaunting her physique, which she deserves to show because it's very, very well built. Takes a lot of hard work. But then, if you really think, use your head and think, why is she showing all this? Why is she showing? Because she wants to show I'm a high class female, I'm expensive. So this is my standard. Okay. This is my standard. So if you want to date me, you have to take me to these kind of outlets, these kind of shopping places, like brands like Gucci or Louis Vuitton, or, eat at Burj Al Arab. And what will you get is all this. And she's showing. And I'll tell you one thing, every photograph of hers, like from her makeup to this thing, it would have taken hours to make. Okay. Now she's showing this standard. I can challenge you this, that even though she shows this standard, her reality must be somewhere down here. So if she's portraying herself to be a $20,000 per month female, she must be actually earning $5,000 or $6,000 by herself, which is not bad. But the rest of the money is from sugar daddies or from sponsors, or from sponsors in the sense men who will pay her money, or guys who are desperate for her. Like, you'll be shocked to know. Do you know that Nicki Minaj, during the COVID, whatever, you're locked up in the house, Nicki Minaj used to come up on these live streams where she'll say whatever message you want to say, but you need to pay slabs. There are different slabs for money. Like, I very well remember this. She said, honey, I love you. You're so sweet. Because the guy paid $800 just to hear I love you from Nicki Minaj. And he paid again, I think he paid $1,000. Just say my name and say I love you with my name. And she took his name, some name that he had. And so the last category is you're here, but you want to portray you're up here. Okay. I guess people like to show a perfect life. And even if you're not that extreme, like how this female is, there are so many who do this. They'll pose with their wife and their children and show a perfect married life. They will show that their office, they are pretty cool and successful. They will show that they're invited to the who's who. In LinkedIn, how many people show shaking hands with the CEO, being invited to this corporate event, this conference? What are they trying to show? I'm not here. I'm up here. So what is my conclusion with these three examples? My conclusion is a question to you. My question to you is simply this. Are you hiding behind the facade of privacy, confidentiality, anonymity, trying to be this, you say, oh, I can't give my real details. Why? Because I'm afraid you'll sell my data. Or you're trying to create a narrative or an image because you believe in that. Fake it till you make it, but you don't want to tell people, but you are trying to tell it's how you market and sell yourself, personal brand. No, this is not personal branding. This is, you're cheating people. You're misleading people. You're deceiving people. It's like instead of showing reality, you're maintaining this image of this fakery. Okay. And last but not the least, are you doing this just to hide your low, your imperfections, low self-esteem, low self-worth? Like how that guy, he came from a broken family. He didn't have any money. His appearance, his eyes, and he portrayed this mature, amazing image of being something that is not. So I just want you to ask yourself, number one, are you using social media and the privileges of social media, the benefits that you get for any of these three to cover up your imperfections, fake it till you make it, or mislead people? Because if you are, yes, you are succeeding in getting what you want. You convince the guy, you convince the girl, you convince the world, but you're hurting and harming yourself. Because yes, you can hide behind all this, But one day you'll have to come in front of the world and say, this is who I am. Like 50 Cent was posing with all these wads of cash and lying down with a bed full of cash. And then when he was called in front of court, he said, that was all fake money. I'm sorry, but I'm bankrupt. Obviously, you will not be appearing in front of a US court. But remember, the only person you're fooling, the only person you're hurting, the only person you're harming is you. So what do I suggest? I'm not saying totally expose everything, where you stay, who you are, what. Have the courage, have the decency, have the character to be the man and stand by what you say, be who you are. Yes, I'm very aware that you can't start uh, putting your real profile and going to red light districts and talking total sexually perverted stuff with your real profile. I understand that bit, but stop justifying evil actions with an excuse, because I'll tell you, it's always a matter of time before you get caught. It's always a matter of time. Anyway, it's all up to you. You want to be true to yourself or you want to be fake? I'll leave it up to you. Because one thing I've learned, at least for me, is maybe you can fool the world once, twice, thrice, but at some point you're going to get caught, you're going to get exposed. And the day that happens, the bigger you are, the worse the fall. And last, if not the least, you're not harming, you're harming yourself more than anyone else in the world. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Be true to yourself. That's all I'll say. And take the courage, baby steps at least, to start being you and being proud of who you are, being real. And yes, I think you need to hold yourself accountable for what you do online. Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.